So let's take a look at Grand Arena 3v3. That's what we're working with today. And I'm going to show you the teams that I decided to use. And we're going to see if they work. Some of the teams are similar to what I used last time, but I'm really interested in 3v3 here because it's so diverse. And I'm going to take a look at the person that I'm facing, Carson. And okay, Fleet Arena, rank 4. We don't lay down any fleet this time, so he probably... I haven't faced a team like this yet with my Falcon team. None of the Mace Windu meta is in my shard right now, but that looks like it could be extremely powerful. But he does have the Falcon at 7 stars. This looks like it would be... Sorry for the text. He'd probably have a better chance than me. Man, yeah, he has some really solid ships. His fleet is probably more powerful than mine is, just looking at it here. I mean, we're close, but I give him the upper hand. So luckily we don't have to do any fleet. But now let's actually take a look at their character inventory. And first thing, I see they have Commander Luke. I see they have Jedi Training Ray. I see they have Darth Traya, Chewie, C-3PO. Let's take a look to see if they have Revan. They don't. So this gives me an advantage, a huge advantage actually. So I looked at this last night before I did this. I'm not just looking at this now. I looked at his roster last night before I decided to lay these. And I utilized that, not having Revan, against him. So what I did, and I may be right, I may be wrong. I can't wait to see how this turns out. Is I placed Revan in this right here, okay? Because he's going to have to use Traya to try to take out my Revan. In my opinion. I think that's one of the only chances he has to take out this team right now. I put a Bastila with Ezra and Kenobi, which is a decent defensive team. And I put Palp, Vader, and Shore. I kind of, was debating, are the other teams powerful enough? Are they going to be able to hold up at all against some of the single teams if he uses CLS, Jedi Training Ray, which is interesting because we don't know what he's going to lay on defense. And here's what I did at the top territory in my other side. I put 2 of my best teams. Because let's say he uses Traya to defeat Traya. And it's going to be easier for him to defeat Traya because she's not at 7 stars and it would be Revan. So I put a 5-star Traya with both Zetas, with Scion and Nihilus. Still a great team. And then a Bosk, Django, and Boba. Average team. She's going to have to use decent characters to take it out. Or he, excuse me. I guess I don't know why I said she. And then the CLS, Raid Han, Chewbacca team. That is a dominant team as well. Extremely hard to take out. It can deal massive amounts of damage. So I have my best teams, excuse me, in the front rows. And I'm hoping that maybe, well, this is my strategy, I'm Belichicking this whole thing, like, the Patriots with a lesser roster, which mine isn't, getting to the Super Bowl. How am I going to be able to counter him? I put my best teams up front, which I know a lot of people do, but looking at his roster, we're going to see. Because he's going to have to lay some of his good teams on defense to be able to compete. In the back row, are the teams as good? Absolutely not. I am trusting on him not getting through that front area. So I laid Akbar, Old Ben, and Fulcrum. Yeah, that'll get destroyed in one shot with a decent team. And then Kylo Ren Unmasked, First Order TIE Pilot, and Kylo, the regular Kylo Ren. If I had a Zeta on the regular Kylo Ren, this would make the team much better. Probably if I had First Order Executioner in there instead of First Order TIE Pilot, it would be a dominant team as well. I just don't do well with First Order teams on offense via 3v3. So I decided, hey, let's place it on defense. It's a decent team. We'll see where it can go from there. So now let's look at my other side. And we're going to, Qui-Gon, Zeta lead, which I always like. Zeta Barriss and Anakin. Is it going to do much damage? No, but it will be hard to take out with the foresight and the health regain from critical hits. And Anakin, he can do a little bit of damage. Now, this team down here is a team that I think is very solid. I think I can maybe use some different characters. But if I get Jin leveled up more, a Jin with Chirrut and Baze is going to be a nightmare. I consider maybe a timeout team at times with what's going on there. because she's going to be able to revive. He's going to be able to cleanse. He's an excellent tank. She's going to be able to stun. I actually want to see this team in action in battle. So I wish I would face one so I could screen record it and show you guys, especially with the full gen. I'm trying to work on teams that are going to time out as well. 3v3, I'm guessing it's a lot harder to time out, but a timeout is a win. It's not just a loss, it's a win because the characters stay and they lose their characters. So yes, obviously I want them to defend and beat their characters, but a timeout is a win as well. So that's why these two teams I went, you know what? If they face it, Qui-Gon with a Jedi Training Rey team, they have her saved to the back, or a Luke team, or for some reason they have Traya, it's gonna wipe it out with ease. But if they use like a Phoenix team, a Hera, Sabine, and Zeb or Kanan, it could time out. Now I know these are extremes the way I'm thinking here, but that is my thought process because the Grand Arena strategy is ever growing with me. I actually have notes on it and where we're going to go, what teams are the best, and that's why I enjoy the 3v3 aspect as well. We also have a guild member. His name is SWGOH. He's amazing. I've mentioned him before. And he has like 5 million galactic power. So when he goes in Grand Arena, he goes against people with the same galactic power, and it's almost like a test account versus a test account. And it's amazing the insight that he can give with good teams on offense and good teams on defense. And he made an unbelievable list for us as a guild to go by on, and him and the last guy he faced 3v3 collaborated, and they gave the list of characters they used on defense and offense and their statistics and stuff like that. And I'm not going to share all of that because that is private information between two people that had a good time, that were friends and were helping each other out. So I'm not going to share all of that. And like I said, that's for him, for our guild. He took the time to do that. But there are two teams from that I'm going to show that I think were amazing, that he said were incredibly hard to take out, in teams that, yes, they are for the advanced player. I am not going to lie, but it is something to think about in the future if you really, really, really want to focus on Grand Arena. And these are characters that will probably be, some of them are going to be required for certain Hero's Journey characters, so you should have them at 7 stars the way it is. And the team that we're going to look at here involves Zeta Barris, which some people can have. Zeta Vandor, that's one person that probably a lot of people don't have Zetas in L3. And then he gave the health of Zeta Barris and the health of Vandor Chewie. He said that was a nightmare because of the health regeneration. And then the second team. Now he said that these teams were placed in like the bottom left zone. So, he got to the top zone thinking that, okay, now I'm getting to the back. This will be a little bit easier. He said no, he had great teams that he could still use, that he struggled to take these teams out. And that so the Zeta Karth with Zeta Mission and Zeta Zalbar, also a nightmare. It's a nightmare scenario. The regen nature of these two teams was brutal again. So these are actually characters that I've wanted to focus on some of these characters anyway. Once I get I'm working on getting Karth to 7 stars the way it is when he comes out. So the one character I don't have out of all of this, 2 characters I don't have at 7 stars, are Vandor Chewie and Karth. But for those of you that are going for Revan, Mission and Zalbar should be at 7 stars the way it is. If you played the game for more than a year or 2, you probably have Barris, and you probably have her Zetaed because she was part of the meta. And then you have L3, who, again, I have him for her, I guess I should say, for my CLS team. So she's probably a character some of you don't have. But if you really want to put together a 3v3 team that is dominant on defense, and when I looked at after I read this, I went in and looked at the statistics and how they would work together myself to see, like, okay, where would I use this? How would I use this? And I went, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I got to give major credit to SWGOH and the opponent that had laid this as a defense that SWGOH faced. I don't know your name, but major shout out to you. And again, I'm not going to share all the details, but these two teams I had to take a look at because I went, wow, Would these teams work well on offense? Absolutely not. Maybe Zeta, Karth, Mission, and Zalbar would, but the rest of these are they're meant for defense. They're self-regenerating. They're hard to kill, and that's why I think they're amazing, and definitely two teams that I think you should take a look at. Again, this is for more advanced players. Like I said, Karth, Mission, Zalbar, characters you're going to want to get some Hero's Journey or Legendary characters the way it is. But the other ones, go for it if you're looking for focusing on Grand Arena. And I'm also starting to put together a list of other teams to use. Like, you know, the Revan, Jolie, Grandmaster Yoda is a no-brainer. CLS, Raidhan, Chewie is a no-brainer. I'm probably going to start putting together a list of great 3v3 teams on offense and defense and make a great video about it. So I want you guys in the comment section below, if you think you have some absolutely amazing 3v3 teams for defense or offense, list them for me. I'll do my research, I'll check them out, and then I will test them out if I have them, and I'm going to add them to a list, because I'm going to put a list together of like the top 15 or 20 3v3 teams, or the best defensive teams and offensive teams, not even for 3v3, but for 5v5 as well. Because again, Grand Arena is something I enjoy so much because of the strategy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash the subscribe button, like the video, click the notification bell so you can be alerted to all videos that I post. Also, I'm leaving a link to my Discord server and Patreon page in the description below. If you check out Discord, we have so many amazing chats going on there where we're also talking about Grand Arena. There's more, you know, I don't have time to look all the time, but there's people posting stuff about Grand Arena all the time and giving ideas. So check that out if you want to have a good time as well. And again, leave comments in the comment section in your video ideas. A lot of the videos I make, almost 90% of them come from ideas from my subscribers, and it is amazing that you guys do that, so please keep that coming. Otherwise, peace out, and may the Force be with you.